Hello everyone and welcome to the Bearded Fool Gaming. Today we are playing Magic the Gathering Online. Oh, it's just about time for Amonkhet to come out, and I'm looking forward to it. I've played a lot of Magic recently, and a lot of that has been limited Aether Revolt / Kaladesh. And although I did enjoy Kaladesh draft a lot, Aether Revolt has not been as enjoyable. So on Magic Online here, I did have some extra packs left over from where I won some drafts and stuff previously. So I figured we might as well go ahead and do a draft before the set releases. Amonkhet comes out day after tomorrow, technically. So I'm going to go ahead and get the draft started up here. It may take a few minutes to actually get 8 players. We're only at 4 of 8. I forgot about there being a queue for this, but yeah, I know. League ends in 4 days, so we got plenty of time to do this. For the sake of this stream, I'm just going to be recording the draft portion. I'm not going to be playing any of the actual matches themselves. So, unfortunately, it may take a few minutes to get into this. So, as always, if you want to join in, chats are open, and any feedback is appreciated on the stream. Got this nice little overlay set up through OBS here. I think it adds a little pizzazz to my Magic streams. Let me know if you like that. So as far as Aether Revolt and Kaladesh draft, it's been a really aggressive format for the most part, pretty fast. And that's one of the reasons that I'm really hoping that Amonkhet slows it down, which it looks like it will. Only got 2 more players in queue here. With all of the graveyard recursion and just general combat tricks and stuff, I think it's going to be a much slower format with a lot more late game cards and stuff than Aether Revolt and Kaladesh. But Aether Revolt and Kaladesh is what we are on today, so as soon as we get that last player, we will start up this draft. I'll give you my thoughts on it as we go through. As a heads up, I'm not a pro player. I consider myself a good player, but I'm not an expert in Magic by any means. I will probably make some mistakes in this draft, and if so, let me know in the comments, because I'd like to hear your feedback on what I should have done, what I shouldn't have done. At the end, I'll probably go ahead and build the deck, too, just for reference, even though, again, I'm not going to do any matches on stream for right now. I don't believe. It may change my mind, but for right now, that's the plan. A little bit of Demon Hunter playing. Demon Hunters, I don't usually listen to music when I'm gaming, but I figure that it will make my stream a little more bearable than just having me sitting there thinking. So hopefully this is a little better for you guys. Demon Hunter is my favorite band, by the way. I highly recommend them. Got a Spotify playing with them right now. Alright, here we go. So first draft card is a Dark Intimation. That is actually kind of tempting, but not really. We also got a Pacification Array, which is good. Untethered Express is a bomb, basically. That's probably what we're going to take here. Some notable mentions. Destructive Tampering, I like to get 1 of late. This is a fine aggressive filler. This is a fine green filler. That's a fine filler. This overall a pretty decent pack, but nothing that I really want. There's Dark Intimation is something I'd like to play, but I'm not going to pick it up first pick because I don't know if I'm going to have the Grixis deck. So we'll play it safe, and although Pacification Ray is tempting, Untethered is a bomb, so we will take it first. And that does leave us open on our colors, too. So this guy, Consulate Dreadnought's a card that I actually underestimated, and is actually pretty solid, so that's tempting to take. It also falls into a couple different archetypes. Implement's good if we're going to green. Prey Upon is good. Ice Over is decent. This is a pretty bad pack. This guy's okay. Like, there's nothing I really want to take here. Prey Upon is probably the best card in the pack, but I think I'm going to go ahead and just take the Dreadnought. Because, maybe I end up in the blue-red deck or something. We'll see where it goes. Improvise is a thing out there. Map is a decent card here. Mobile Garrison is decent. Destructive Tampering is good. Spire Patrol is actually pretty solid. Ghastship Plunderer is pretty solid. Little Day for Thief is decent. So it seems like blue is pretty open, so it might be a good idea for us to go ahead and move into blue. Now, do we want to go into blue-white for sure is a good question. I think Skyship Plunderer is probably the best card in this pack. I like Mobile Garrison, but it's just... I can probably pick it something like it or itself up later. So, in this case, I think the best pick is between Map and Skyship Plunderer. Map is tempting, but I'm going to go ahead and grab Skyship and see if we can go into blue. So blue-white definitely looks like it's pretty open. We might have a blue-white flyer deck going on here. Steamwork Brawler is also interesting if I want to go into blue-red. Blue-red's a really strong color combination, so that's actually pretty tempting. It fits into what we're doing here, and it seems like red is semi-open too. I like the cat, but it's not super important. Gearper is good for an aggressive white deck, which may be what we go for, blue-white. Not really sure on this. Mobile Garrison would probably be a safe pick, decent to pick up, but I think Steamworks or Gearper is the choice here. So it really depends upon which deck do we want to go for more. I think red is a stronger color than white, so I'm actually going to pick up the Steamworks here. Maybe we get the deck, maybe we don't, but I think it's a good card and worth trying to go into if we can. Alright, so we got Cogwork Assembler, which is decent. Servo Schematic, which is good if we have the improvised deck. Ice Over is decent. Leaving the Dust is actually a good card, but it's not high pickable, so we'll let that hopefully 2, 3, 4, 5. Might even table to us. Nothing else in this pack really screams out to me. If we wanted to go into green, that's filler, so that's not anything good. So I think it's between Cogwork and Servo Schematic. And I'm going to go ahead and grab Cogwork here. I like Servo Schematic, but I don't know that we're going to have that deck. And he kind of serves the same role if we don't. So it seems like a decent little card to pick up here. Ice Over is also an option, but I'm not too concerned with it. So I'm going to take Cogwork for right now. Yeah, it looks like we made the right choice going into blue. Blue seems pretty open in the draft right now. Shipwreck Marae is pretty decent. But I don't really have an energy theme going on. Merchant Dockhand is solid, especially if we get this blue-red deck that it seems like we're working towards. And that's really the only thing in this pack that sticks out. Aeronaut is decent. Filigree Crawler is a decent filler. So, out of this, Merchant's Dockhand is the easy choice. Okay, now this is an interesting one. So, Implement of Combustion is good if we go into the red deck. Dawn Feather Eagle's basically a little bit of a bomb. So, I mean, we could still go into white. I don't like Whir. I don't like Salvage Scuttler. So, it's really between Dawn Feather Eagle and Iron Tread Crusher. I think Iron Tread Crusher is strong enough to work. It also works well with Consulate Dreadnought. So, let's go ahead and grab an Iron Tread Crusher here. Now, it definitely does look like white is a little more open than red, so we may want to go ahead and look into that as an option and keep Steamwork Brawler in the tentatives here, because red may not open up for us. Precise Strike is nothing special. Shipwreck Marae is more of a safe pick, but I like these guys. Adeptus Missile is not good, but I think Audacious Infiltrator is. So just in case the white deck opens up for us, I'm going to go ahead and grab Audacious here, and we'll see where it goes. I mean, at this point, I could even switch into red-white if it opens up, so that's not entirely out of the idea. So, I think Universal Solvent is an option here. If we go into red, I think Frontline Rebel's pretty good. Reservoir Walker would be a safe pick, but I think we have somewhat of an aggressive deck going on here. So I'm going to go ahead and pick up Frontline Rebel to go along with our red theme that we may end up with. Now, in this case, I do want some removal. Out of these cards, Ice Over is the best. So, if we're going to red, it's always good to have a Destructive Tampering. Alley Evasion is okay, and this guy's okay too, but I think I want Destructive Tampering, so I'm leaning towards red being our color here. Reservoir Walker is a fine little filler, so that's fine as a 5-drop. We're not going to play any of this, so we'll just grab that for the sideboard. And hey, a Filigree Crawler is playable, so we'll drop it in the main deck for now and change it out if need be. So it looks like white is not what we're going into, so we really only had one dud pick there, and I'm perfectly cool with that. Alright, oh my, this is an amazing pack, what we're going into. Henny's good, but we're not in black, not in blue-black. Dang, this is a hard choice. Chandra's Revolution, which I think is one of the best cards you can get. Out in the Brights is a really good card if we are in white, which it doesn't look like we are, but we could be. Metallic Rebuke is decent, but that'll table. Scrapper Champion is bomb worthy. Siege Modification is awesome. And it works really well considering we have 3 vehicles already. Unfortunately, I'm going to have to hope that tables, which it might. And take either Chandra's or Scrapper. I really want Chandra's, but I think Scrapper is just a better card in general. Can't pass up a double striker like that, so that's what we'll grab here and hope to get something else good on the way back around. Okay, this works out pretty well. I like making us production, but we're not going to take it because we want to win. Siege Modification is awesome here. I mean, red-blue seems like what we're going with. Metallic Review will probably table. Welder Automaton will table. So I think we're going to grab a Siege Modification, which works out perfect for our deck. Got this red-blue deck going on. I mean, this is an easy choice here. All of these are pretty much filler. These cards are decent, but not great. Chandra's Revolution is awesome, so we're definitely going to grab that. Perfect. We got the blue-red deck. Maverick Thopterus is one of the best cards for it. So that's another easy pick here. Leaving the dust, if it tables, we'll pick it up. So far, we've got the, well, part of the blue-red deck coming together. I'm liking this so far. Looking pretty good. Liking this. Got a good draft here. Everybody's picking pretty quickly. It's nice. A lot of times you'll get really slow pickers and it really bogs it down. Okay. So we do have a little bit of the improvise going on. Got a little bit of a vehicle theme going on. Versatile Technician is too slow. Wrangle's not bad, but I don't really want to pick it now. We've got 4 drops already, so that's a little cloggy. So it really comes down between these two. I think Implement is better than, or Implement of Combustion is better than Examination. We'll go ahead and grab it up. We may not end up playing it, but we'll take it for now. Okay, this is awesome. Bastion Inventor is exactly what this type of deck is wanting. Aether Super is decent. I would pick it if Bastion wasn't in the pack. But Bastion is in the pack, so that's what we're going to take. Alright. Destructive Tampering, we've already got one. We don't really want another. Wrangle is a decent pickup. Shipwreck Murray is a decent defensive pickup. I don't think we want a second Iron Tread Crusher. We've already got 3 vehicles. And, I mean, we do have the ability to crew it pretty easily, so I mean, it's an option, I guess. Foundry Assembler we're probably not going to play. It's really between, like, Iron Tread and maybe this Wrangle. I think we'll take Iron Tread. I don't know if we'll end up playing it, but it's probably the best card in the pack regardless. So again, this red-blue, leaving the dust is a decent combat trick, so we'll take it. Although Night Market Guard is decent filler, Precise Strike is decent, Metallic Rebuke is pretty strong in this deck. And what's better than 1 Metallic Rebuke? We could get a 2, or get a combat trick with Precise Strike, but I think 2 Metallic Rebuke is better. So now the option is between the second Implement or Reservoir Walker. I don't know if we'll end up playing 2 of either, but I think we'll take Implement just to help support this deck if we need to. I'm not going to play Take into Custody, so I'll just take the rare for the heck of having it. I don't think we'd play Take into Custody at least. Maybe we should take the one that's partially playable. I don't like Dispersal Technician too much. Not the worst thing in the world, but I like Shipwreck Murray a little better, I believe, so we'll go ahead and grab it. Might end up playing it. And heck, got another Take into Custody in case I end up playing that. Not a bad start. Lots of good white in this pack. Windrake's pretty solid. Weldfast Monitor's pretty solid. This guy's pretty solid. Might end up taking Spireside Infiltrator here because he works really well with the vehicles that we need to crew. A little better than Windrake in this situation, I think. Now, it's possible that he would table. P-Foul will probably table. So it's really between Windrake and Spireside. I think with our deck, although flying is really good in Kaladesh Limited, I think that Spireside is better just in this deck, so that's what I'm going to take. Ooh, Furious Reprisal is a bomb. So is Longfin Skywell, though. Fireside made tables, so that's pretty cool. How many artificers do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4. Wow, we've got quite a few artificers. That's actually somewhat tempting to take, but that'll probably table. I'd like to pick up an Inventors on the tabling. I like Longfin Skywheel. It also goes along with our aggressive strategy. I think Furious Reprisal is probably a better card. We are a little light on removal, so I think that's what we have to take in this case. Alright, Thriving Grubs is pretty good. We have a minor energy set theme going on. Inventor's Goggle is probably the best thing here. I like Inventor's Apprentice, but it's not amazing. I think we're going for a little bit of a mid-game, and I think Inventor's Goggles is strong enough to pick up here. We may end up having the opportunity of a second one and miss out on a Grubs. I'll risk that, because I think it's worth. Yeah, the Theorist isn't the worst. Brazen Scourge isn't. Our 2-drop slot is really empty, so we might end up going with Aether just for that. We also have the option of a Grub. We're both kind of solving the same thing, providing a little more energy for my potential Scrapper Champion. Don't want Torch Gauntlet, don't want this guy. So Grubs, Aether. I think we'll take Aether Theorist here. Just for that. I don't know. We are a little aggressive. An Artificer. This is a hard choice, actually. But I think we're going to take Aether Theorist here. I think. Grubs seems good. We'll take Grubs. Aether Trade Winds is pretty strong. Reckless Fire Reaper is decent, and we still need that True Drop slot filled out, so I think that's what we'll take here. Select for Inspection is an option, but I think Reckless Fire Reaper is strong here. Medic's pretty nice. Medic's actually pretty solid here. Fixes our mana, it draws us a card, it works with all the little bit of improvise we've got going on. I think it's what we might take. Driving Grubs is also good if we want to keep playing the aggressive game, which it does seem like we're doing, and works with our energy sub-theme a little bit. Grubs is pretty solid, so I hate to really pass that up. Prism is really good. We've got 14 creatures already. I have to cut some cards anyway. Oh, I'm not going to play Freaking Ray. Grubs or Prism. This is a hard one right here. I think we'll go with the Grubs. There's only one choice here, so Hijack is playable. Nothing is like really bomby. Gear Shift is kind of worth taking, but I think we might end up playing a Hijack, so we'll keep it in the sideboard. Okay, a third Thriving Grubs is pretty solid here, actually. That card's not the worst either. We're a little light on their flying defense. I think we'll take the Grubs here, though. Yeah, we've definitely got a blue-red aggressive deck with a improvised sub-theme. So, these, obviously, use Windrake. See, this thing is Assembly Worker. That gives us something to search out. I think it's too slow to really play. I don't think we're going to play that either. None of these cards really stick out to me as anything relevant, so we'll just grab a Self-Assembler. Probably won't play it, but I have it just in case. I'm not going to play the Hermit, so we'll just hate draft a Pressure Point. None of those are worth hate drafting, so we'll take a Torch Gauntlet. I might end up playing it, we'll see. We'll take a Propeller as a hate draft. Take a Sky Swirl. We took out some whites from somebody. That's pretty cool. Alright, so that is going to finish up our draft. I'm pretty happy with the deck. I think it turned out pretty decent. We got quite a few cards extra, so we're going to have to cut like 6 cards. That's interesting. Let's see what we got here. I think with the amount of 1-drops we got, we may actually drop the Implement. Got 3 1-drops, which is pretty solid. We're light on removal. Both those seem good. I think Fire Weaver's good, but we'll leave it in the maybes. 3 Grubs I think we'll keep. I'm not sure about Torch Gauntlet. I know we want at least 1 Rebuke. I don't know if we want 2. Windrake is good. Destructive Tampering's good. Frontline Rebel's good in our deck. Fireside's good in our deck. Siege Modification is good in our deck. Hogwark can be dropped. He's not necessary. Dronders we want. Furious we want. Scrapper we want. Sweatworks we want. Filigree we don't need, I don't think, here. Pressure seems good. Untethered seems good. Leaving the Dust seems good. Chaos seems good. Not sure about Reservoir Walker. A little high on the curve. We can play probably 15 lands. 16 lands with this. So, if we drop that, then that leaves some options here between these cards. Reckless and Metallic being the highest options. Nothing else I really want to put in over here. So, let's take a look at our curve. Got a pretty decent curve. 4 is a little crowded. We got 3 1-drops, which works really well with Metallic. So do we want to do Metallic Rebuke? That's the question. If I had more flying, I'd probably put in Torch Gauntlet, but I don't. I got 12 creatures, 3 of which are vehicles. I don't really have a lot of artifacts to really trigger Reckless, though. I like Consulate in this deck, so I have a lot of 3-power creatures. I think we'll put the Rebuke in. That gives me 12 parentheses 15 creatures. I make some more creatures potentially. A decent little suite of removal, evasion, some counter. Seems pretty good. I like this deck. I think this turned out pretty solid for a draft. I end up playing blue-red a lot, and this is one of the better versions of it I feel that I've gotten, so I'm pretty happy. We got a little bit of a late game in there. We got the goggles, which combos with some of our bombs and stuff here, so it seems pretty good. Seems pretty good. Is there anything else I want to change here? I think I like leaving the dust in this deck. I want to keep it in. Hogwork is an option, but not necessary, so I'm pretty happy with it as it is. So here's what I'm considering is, do we want to actually drop down to 15 lands in this deck? I mean, without these two, which they cost less, we have a maximum of 4. I think considering we have so many 4s that are vital, we do want a curve. I think 16 is the right choice. We've got a little more red than blue. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, we'll probably go 9 and 7. 9 mountains, 7 island. That's it. I believe that is our blue-red draft deck. Blue-red with an improvised sub-theme, little aggressive deck here. I think it looks pretty solid. So that's it for the draft. I may end up playing some games with the deck. Probably won't stream them, but if you guys want to see it, let me know, and I may do it in the future and stream some stuff. I will be streaming some Amonkhet drafts in a few days on here, so look forward to that. As of right now, thanks for tuning in, and I'll be back with some more content sometime soon. Catch you guys then.